Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes and
Moose Mike.
So welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give us a thumbie. They are free. So yes, you caught me in my jammies again, but I've had a day off and it's been nice and chilled. I'm in a chilled vibe and I thought, oh no, I need to film Tile of the Week. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry. Okay, so, like I just mentioned, you may have caught it, you may have not. But here at Manfa's Makes on a Thursday, it is...
Tile of the Week! Thursday!
And if you don't know what Tile of the Week Thursday is, in brief, a whole year ago, I was gifted this book in Happy Mail. It was gifted through my Amazon wish list. Yes, you can get it through Amazon, not sponsored or affiliated, and I'm sure you can get it in other good bookstores. If you are going to get it and you get the physical copy, spiral bound it because all the pages fall out. It's a really rubbish design. If not, get an ebook version. It will be so much more tidy and you can magnify the pictures to your heart's content. Anyway, 100 Crochet Tiles, edited by Sarah Callard. I made the verbal commitment that I was going to make all 100 tiles, one a week, until the book was completed. Everyone was laughing at me for a few days until the penny dropped that this would take the best part of 2 years. But we hit the halfway point a couple of weeks ago, so we are now coasting down the other side to the end goal, the finish line, because this is week 52. Yes, we've been doing this for 52 weeks. That is a whole year. Still got 48 to go. So this is a very popular segment on this channel. This is not a very enjoyable segment for Mike and I to make. However, we're committed, yes. We're powering through, yes. And I just keep clinging on to the, when we have completed the whole book, the feeling, the euphoria that we actually did it. We didn't give up. We smashed our target, and we don't ever have to make another tile again if we don't have to. Will completely outweigh all of the weekly when it comes to making a tile.
Wishful thinking.
Well, I'm going to be ecstatic because when I make a promise, and I didn't really make a promise, but when I make a promise, I really do try and move heaven and earth to make sure that I stick to that promise. If I, for whatever reason, think I cannot fulfill that, then I will not promise. It's just something that Manfa is all about. I will not promise you something that I cannot deliver unless extreme circumstances dictate otherwise. Talking about extreme circumstances, a couple of you have been asking, what is the situation with the car? It is very, very, very poorly. And it's going to cost us a lot of money. Now, if I had filmed this yesterday, I probably would have burst into tears or gone into a really shouty rage because I've had a day to kind of calm down and process. It is what it is, and I say that slightly through gritted teeth. Now, Mike and I do not have a contingency plan in the fact that we've got savings to just buy a new car. We are not in that situation. We literally live month to month. That is our life. We are a big family. There is always costs and outlays to deal with. Now, for the purposes of being honest, I have the best parents in the world and they are going to bail us out. But my dad did say, don't expect a lot for Christmas, which is fine by me. If Dad's going to pay to fix my car, which I really need, I cannot live without my car. It is just not possible. I need to get Mike's daughter to school every day and back. I need to go to work most days of the week. My car is a 7-seater, so if we go on a family day trip, I need my car to fit us all in. Mike does have a car, but it is much smaller. It does not have 7 seats. It has the standard 5. And if ever we get in a position where we can have a family holiday again, it is just the more convenient vehicle to be able to enable that to happen. So I cannot live without my car, so my dad is going to pay for it for me. Thank everything that is good, but it's going to be a skimpy Christmas for Manfa, but that's alright. It's alright. There's always next year in there, eh? Although no amount for there'll be another disaster next year, because last year my tumble dryer near enough blew up. So my dad bought me a tumble dryer this time last year roundabout, and I got a new tumble dryer from my dad and was told don't expect a lot for Christmas. So I'm seeing a theme emerging, guys. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. You are here for week 52 of Tile of the Week. This week it was Indian Terracotta by the designer Emma Potter. She requested 2 colours of a lightweight 3 or a DK. My brain froze. Could not pull that information. I am so sorry. So a DK or a lightweight 3. She recommended a 4mm hook. And there was only 8 rounds. So it was, for me, quite a nice tile. This is what it's supposed to look like. Which way are we going? That way. There we go. That is Indian Terracotta. Now, I did use 2 colours, and I did use my 4mm hook. However, I did not use a lightweight 3. I used a medium worsted 4. What did you use?
I did use DK. I do think I've used an Aaron as well. The dark blue looks Aaron to me
it's
from
not.
here.
It's DK. All of those are
Right,
DK.
right. I used DK then.
Mhm.
I used the
Lightweight
4mm hook,
Mhm.
like Clover and more, but I used 3 colours.
Mike switched it up. He wanted to be more interesting.
Mm.
Now, before we show you our finished tiles, I would just like a little bit, we always do a little bit of a dissection of the pattern and our experience with it. For me, not really an issue. I didn't really struggle with it at all. I did have to check the chart a couple of times just to check placement of stitches, but other than that, the pattern wasn't too bad. Did I notice any typos in this one? Can you remember?
Can't remember. I do remember that I had issues with counting.
You always have issues with counting.
I tried.
I think that this one was a-okay for me. I read the pattern fine. If there was a bit of confusion, I checked the chart, because I am lucky enough to be able to read the written word and read charts and diagrams. So I am in that fortunate position. And I like the fact that they offer both, depending on which you're more comfortable in reading. So yeah, for me, no biggie, absolutely fine, sailed through it. Mike?
The only issue I had was counting. And was there some?
Yes. When you had to do doubles or trebles down 2 rows below, Mike wasn't getting his placement of where those front posts had to go.
I didn't know that it had to be attached to the other front post.
No, there was no. The stitch that was next, you had to line up the stitches below to get to the right stitch to front post around. So you're moving over to the next stitch, and if you go in 2 rows below, it's the stitches that are attached to that next stitch. Mike was knowing that he needed to go to the next stitch, but he was dropping down in the wrong place to do his front post. So I had to sit next to him and physically, with the crochet, point out which stitch that front post had to go around, because if you don't get the placement correct as you are going around, he had lots of extra stitches at the end. He was only supposed to have 12 of them, but he still had about 8 stitches left that were unworked, and he's like, well, I've done my 12, how have I got so many left over? So I frogged it, and then I sat next to him and I crocheted a few stitches of that round to show him how to line up the stitches and where to put those front posts in. So you learned something. You'll know that if we have to do that again, you'll know to line up your stitches and what it's attached to and where to put it.
Yeah, if my stitches are easy to read.
And as usual, he needs to count. But we fudged it, didn't we? The row that you should have had 24, you actually had 26. That wasn't discovered until I think a round or two after.
Yeah.
So I kind of fudged it a little bit so that it would work out. And when he holds it up in just a second, you wouldn't have even known that the stitch count is wrong because it looks absolutely fine to the untrained eye that isn't looking at it in their hands close up. So go on then, show them. Or do you want me to show mine because you've got a third colour and then they'll be able to see where your third colour came in?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah? So there's mine in the two colours as stated. I picked a magenta-y pink and a mustardy yellow, goldy yellow. I actually really love these colours together. Now if you turn it over to the back, you can see that there were a lot of rows that cannot be seen here, and that is because on this row in particular you were working over stitches made previously. So there is mine. So you can see there is just two colours. Not in Mike's case. Look at his little smarty pants. So the bobbles should have been the pale pink. It's looking white on screen, but it is a pale pink. The bobbles should have been the pale pink as well.
But I did them in a light blue.
Yeah, Mike switched it up and did it in a light blue. If you show them the back of yours, they'll see. There you go. You can see how he's managed to get that third colour in. And I will, as always, take a picture of these tiles and put them on the community tab. Talking of the community tab, better colour representation of our tiles will be there. But also, as always, the beautiful Josephine has shared her brilliant works this week. There is her version of this one, but she has also done some more catch-up tiles. I believe she did 3. She's done 4 tiles this week, guys. So please do go over to the community tab. Give Josephine some love and encouragement and thank her for supporting us. By the way, this wasn't supposed to be started as a crochet along. This was just a silly Manfa thing that she didn't think about that Mike decided to support her on because he's my boyfriend and probably felt like he needed to. But a lot of our friends here on the YouTube streets decided to jump on board and join us. So organically, this became a crochet along. Now, I'm not going to list all the lovely folks that are joining in with us because I will inevitably forget some. So if you go to the top of your YouTube page and in that search bar, type hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday, everybody who has used that hashtag in their videos will pop up. And believe you me, there is hours upon hours upon hours of tile videos for you to enjoy at your pleasure from all these different wonderful people. And if you are one of those lovely, wonderful people joining in, we have done exactly a year of it, guys. Well done. Now, some of you joined from the start and some of you hopped in partway through. Some of you are doing catch-up tiles. Some of you are just ploughing on from the moment that you started. None of you had to do any of them. So the fact that you are still blows my mind and warms my heart that you're just as crazy as us. So thank you very, very much. Now, next week, tile 53. I'm dreading it. Absolutely dreading it. It's called Popcorn Fantasy. The designer is Joanna Lindahl. I don't know if we've done any of Joanna's previously because it's all a blur at this point, guys. I don't really recognise the name, but I'm sure someone will come along and let me know that we have or we haven't. She is suggesting 6 colours and both a 4mm and 4.5mm hook. Oh, you get to use one of your different sized clovers. That's about the only exciting part of this tile. The special stitches are again a 4 double crochet popcorn. And there are 12 rounds, which doesn't sound all that bad. However, it is lots of rounds of popcorns and then it's bordered in moss stitch. Now, if you've been watching these videos from the beginning, there is a complete playlist. I'll link that playlist down below. You will see that previous tiles that have involved moss stitch were both disasters for Mike and I. We really, really struggled with them. The second moss stitch one, we managed to power through and create one. The first one, oh my days. Now, I don't know why I struggle so bad with moss stitch. It's a single chain, single chain, single chain, and then on the way back you put a single where the chain was and a chain over your single. It should be a piece of cake. But clearly I either cannot see my stitches clearly enough, or my brain, it's so simple, my brain goes, huh? Doesn't get it. So hold on to your hats, folks, because next week it's either going to be a Tile of the Week Thursday where I'm literally sat here fuming. I might not even have a tile to show you. Or I'm going to go, I cracked it. I've done it. So it remains to be seen. But that is popcorn fantasy. That is what we are going to be attempting for next week, week 53. And I don't like popcorns. And look at how many there are. So yeah, we shall see. Tune in next week to see how that goes. Anyway, we are going to let you get going. It has been a pleasure to have your company as always. We always appreciate your time. Please leave a thumbie on the way out. If you haven't already done so, they really do help. Please, like I said, check out the community tab post and give some love to the incredible Josephine. And if you want to search out who's doing it with us, don't forget to check out that search bar as well. Come back here tomorrow for Crochet Catch Up, where we will fill you in on all of our crochet shenanigans over the past week. And Saturday we will be going live as normal, but just click by because there is daily content here every day on Manfa's Makes. There is always something for you guys here on a daily basis. But until we see you tomorrow,
stay safe.
Be kind.
Look after one another.
Get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
Get some good quality crafting time in.
We will see you in the next one.
Or around the YouTube streets.
Bye guys. Love you loads.
Bye.